Hey guys, before I start this episode, I would like to say, please stick around for the end of the show, the recording, and I have a good announcement for you. You will like it. If you skip it, you are a loser. I'm sorry, but you will be a loser if you decide to call my show boring. So I'll see you guys later. Hey, thank you for watching Week in Review, Episode 1. My name is Josh, and I'm here to bring you what I just call Week in Review. Today, first on the list, Verizon Galaxy Nexus gets Android Ice Cream Sandwich. The 4.02 update. It is said that the lock screen is supposed to be improved. They're also fixing the email bug. Also issues with the notification system. Some people have been not getting notification or something like that. Also, it automatically connects to the Wi-Fi now. If you already connected to it before, it will automatically connect to it instead of making you connect to it each time. Next up, the SAPA hearing is underway. I know you all know about the new anti-piracy act that the government come up called SAPA, which most of us don't support because it would bring down a lot of website and pretty much render the website useless. The next one up on my list, Intel is now teaming up with LG to create the world's first WiDi integrated TV streaming minus the dongle. So now you can just really stream from your computer straight to the TV via a wireless transmitter receiver, such as known as the router. But basically what the WiDi does is, why am I even explaining this again? Sorry. WiDi is basically known as wireless display. Basically, it sends a display from your computer straight to your TV. Next up, Nokia partners with Microsoft and gets back into the mobile market with Nokia Lumia. I think it's Lumia? Yeah, Lumia 710. It's going to run Windows Phone 10. Windows Phone 10. Wow, I'm in the future, aren't I? It's going to be running Windows Phone 7 Mango, which is pretty much the current release from Microsoft. Also, it will be available soon from T-Mobile. It is currently going through FCC for pending processing and should be available by next month. It's going to cost you $49 on a contract. If you ask me, it's going to be a pretty cheap phone, but when I looked at it, it actually looks pretty cool. Next up on the list, Verizon upgrades their IP network in the most major cities, blaming bandwidth problems on their guzzling users. It says the Verizon upgrade IP in most major cities will be for Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, New York, and Seattle. Not only will they fix their 4G LTE issues, which they've had these outage last week, I believe. It also claims it will allow their Fios users to see some improvement in the speed on their network. Next up, FCC passes CALM, also known as Commercial Advertisement Loudest Migration Act. You know how when you're watching TV and you have your TV set to one volume because of the volume you like to show, and all of a sudden you have a advertisement doing, "Hey, look at me!" It makes you want to get up and turn down the TV, right? Well, you will no longer have a problem with that starting next year of December, which will be in 2012. It requires every commercial to broadcast at the same volume as the scheduled show on that channel. So basically, you will no longer have to keep changing your remote or getting up to watch your TV, turn down the volume. No, that's going to be gone. Thankfully. How long has it been since they've been trying to come up with that? I don't know. But they heard us, and our our prayers have been answered. I don't know how answers can be prayed. That's not even possible, is it? I don't know. Next up, Facebook Timeline gives you 7 days to try and edit the timeline's display. If you ever want to try it, go to http://facebook.com/about timeline. Or about/timeline, sorry. It will give you the option to see what your profile is going to look like in timeline. I will have to tell you, it is amazing. I have tried timeline. I'm going to be doing a review on it later on, probably tomorrow. But it is amazing. You guys have got to try it out. You can what it is a 7-day trial, and only you will be able to see your profile page in the timeline format unless you press publish, which I've already did to mine, and it will let you edit your timeline page so that nobody can see what you don't want them to see. Stop a hearing underway, blah blah. Already said that. Oh, I have my papers backwards. I started with page 1 page 2 instead of page 1. The next up is Microsoft is finally killing off Internet Explorer 6. What has seemed to be the longest lived Internet Explorer version is now finally being killed. I believe by the end of this month, and next month Microsoft will be secretly upgrading Windows XP, Vista, and 7 users to what I'm supposedly going to be saying is Internet Explorer 10, which is already in Windows 8. So keep a lookout on your computer. If you run Windows 6, you might be time to update because Windows 6 will no longer be supported. Next up, Google is getting its patience for the driverless car. So now we won't have to be driving the car when we don't want to. Google will be driving for you, which is kind of cool. As long as it doesn't hit anything, but during their test period, they has not done that yet. I don't know when it's going to be released, but it seems like what they call the car of the future. Next up on my list, Amazon Kindle sales finally passes 1 million users a week. This is the pre-holiday sale, or like the sale before the holidays, so it's going to be a little high, as we all can say. But yeah, they are now selling 1 million Kindles per week as of last week, I believe, and they are expecting it to go back down after Christmas. Also, Nissan and Chrysler introduces induction charging vehicle. Basically, what will happen is there'll be like a little plate that you can place down, like on the ground, or it'll be, if you're out on the road, it'll be embedded into the concrete. What you do is you pull your vehicle above this one plate, and it will literally charge your car while it just sits there in park. You don't have to plug your car into a plug or anything anymore. It just sits there and charges, which is really cool. Kind of like how the new remote controls are. You know how you can just like pick it up and just put it down on top of this little flat thingy? It's an inductive charger. Next up, Greenpeace and Facebook teamed up for renewable energy. Before, Greenpeace and Facebook were not really friendly with each other. Like, Greenpeace didn't like the fact that Facebook was actually using so much energy and dirty energy to run their server. Now, Facebook and Greenpeace has teamed up, and they are working on developing a renewable energy that will help Facebook spend less energy to those money hog that recalling big power companies, and they will be able to keep some money for themselves, and also they won't be able to be cut off when they can't pay their electrical bill. Hey, that works for all of us, right? I know I need some green energy. Facebook, give me some solar panels or something like that. I don't care. Next up, Bill Gates announces he is not returning to Microsoft. Instead, he'll be working on his foundation until he's dead. He had announced that a couple days ago, and after so many people had made rumors that he was going to return, so look out, Microsoft fans, he's not returning. So don't keep saying he's going to return like Steve Jobs said. You know. Also, for those of you that's worried about the Intel Ivy Bridge and USB 3.0 support, Intel just announced that they will be supporting USB 3.0 devices with their Intel Ivy Bridge. So not only will it support the Thunderbolt, but also it just got a USB 3.0 certification. So Ivy Bridge will be supporting both Thunderbolt and USB 3.0. So that's gonna be good for you who are 3.0 users and Thunderbolt users, like me. I got a Mac. I just got Thunderbolt. Next up on the list, I don't know how to spell this company. I'm gonna say Huawei makes telephone wires create data speed of 1 gigabyte per second down and upstream. Basically, they have taken a regular telephone cable, which I don't have around me right now. We'll pretend this is the telephone cable. What they did is they took a data speed, took data, and they sent it one way, and then back the other way, at 1 gigabyte per second, which is amazing if you ask me. This is going to be a huge plus for those DSL companies, because now they'll be able to catch up with the cable company and also be able to keep their hardware cheap instead of being forced to upgrade to fiber optic or coaxial. No, they'll just stay with the telephone system they have right now, but probably upgrade the servers. I don't know. Next up, Dell is cutting their Streak 5, Streak 7, and mini line netbooks. You will no longer be able to buy their Streak 5 and 7 tablets or their mini line netbooks. Instead, you'll be offered a 14-inch notebook if you try searching for one. For those of you who are looking for a netbook, you might want to buy your netbook now while it's still in stock at local stores. Otherwise, after that, you're out of luck. Sorry, no can do. Also, if you are a lucky user like me, your Logitech review has been updated to Google TV 3.1, and it now features Google, the Android store, Marketplace, and right now has a minimum of 50 apps inside the Marketplace. The review is basically a Google TV. It's a competitor against Sony TV with their little Blu-ray Google TV enabled device. And it's actually, if you haven't seen the thing yet, it is actually really small. See? Not that big. Comes in with a keyboard. And if you get the bundle, it comes in with the Google TV webcam, which kind of looks similar to an oversized Logitech C910 webcam, which I have recording my stream right now. If you ever get a chance to swing by live.techgeeks-united.com. But yeah, Google TV is now 3.1 official in Logitech Review. You will no longer be using 2.0 or 2.1. Yay. Thank God. Next up, Apple has finally upgraded their Apple TV to 4.4.4 and fixes general performance and instability. There's been some issues with running the Apple TV, which is the whole reason why I didn't buy it. That and, well, I don't know what other reasons I could not buy it for. It's an Apple product. It's cool. But I already have a Mac Mini. But yeah, there's most general performance be increasing speed, increasing, I don't know, reliability, something like that. But also instability has been improved. So basically, if you've been having a lot of crashing on your Apple TV, part of that has been fixed. Alright, Netflix users, guess what? If you're an iPod or iPad user as well, you have been getting an update from Netflix for their iOS update or application. It's now optimized for the iPad interface, so it looks kind of like the website, but you'll be able to use your fingers and scroll along through the Netflix application. Also, it now supports Latin American, so if you're Latin American, congratulations, you are now supported on the iPad and Netflix software. Also, a new contraption. How many times have you taken a mouse, had you open it up, take out the battery, and put a new one in? Not so often, right? Okay, how about this? How many times have you gotten up and your back hurt, or your knee hurt, or any part of your body aches? Well, thanks to this new design, you won't have to replace the battery or be sitting down for a really long time. You know why? Because there's this new mouse out called the Yo-Yo Wireless Mouse. It charges with a flick of your wrist, and it makes you get up so often, so it reduces your chance of getting chronic backaches. Most people who suffer chronic backache, well, pretty much sits at their computer desk for way too long, like I do. Although my back doesn't hurt yet, so I'm fine. Although I'd probably get the mouse because it's, I think I heard it was only $20. That's a good deal. Next up, Square. If you haven't heard about Square, Square is a little card reader. You can use it for like your small business, big business, whatever business you have. And what it does is it plugs into your iPod, iPhone, iPad, Android device, and you get a software. If I can find it, I will show it to you. What they did is they finally surpassed their 1 million merchant. Basically, what Square does is it renders your trip to the ATM useless. So you don't have to go to the ATM. You just use your plastic card and you pay as you go. Yeah. So if you want to get one of these, I'm trying to remember what is the website. I think it's square.com. Basically what you do is you create an account, you hook up your bank, and they send you one of these devices, I think for free. I'm not sure. When I signed up, they gave this to me for free. It's a really cool software. It's called SquareUp.com. So if you want to set up your small business to accept cards outside the house, it's SquareUp.com. Yeah, it says sign up and we'll mail you a free card reader. So basically, they're still giving you a free card reader. It's 2.75% per swipe for all card. Next day payout. It's a free reader, free app for iPhone, iPad, and Android. Um, it's fast setup. It takes you a couple minutes, really. It took me a couple minutes. You'll be able to accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. So most of the major card companies. So go ahead and go to Squared Up and get yourself a Square card reader. It's free. Don't worry about paying, because you only pay when you swipe a card. Next up, Click Keypad Watch. Now this is a really cool watch. What it does, it kind of takes this little concept right here, and they replace this with a hashtag. And what you do, you push a button, and like any number, and it shows what time it is in that order. So let's say it was 11 o'clock. It will flash 1, 1, 0, 0. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3. It'll flash 1, 2, 3. Let's say it's, I don't know if they do the military time, which is they do 100, 600, 1600, blah, blah, blah. Let's say they do that, 1659. It'll go 1659. It's kind of cool. You should get yourself one. Oh, and also it displays the, hi Amy. It displays the date as well. You just click the hashtag button. Next up on my list, Nintendo will be selling their new CirclePad Pro for the Nintendo 3DS, the 3DS, in the US through GameStop. It's just two little joysticks. It hooks up into your 3DS, and it will start selling February 7th for $20. Just $20. That's it. Well, that, and you have to pay state tax, so maybe a little more than $20, but still, it's not that bad to expand your 3DS, is it? I don't think so. Next up, Caltech. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Caltech's best internet speed record of data rate of 186 gigabytes per second internet speed. That is fast. Stinking fast. Stupid fast. I don't know, but it is, if you ask me. Guess what, New York users? If you are an AT&T customer by the end of December 2011, you will be upgraded to the AT&T 4G LTE. That is great news for you, all of you people in New York. So give yourself a round of applause. Yeah. Also, Pandora has finally jumped to the top 10 in the U.S. radio market in November. It currently has 40 million users and takes over 66% of the U.S. internet radio market. That is a huge percent of the market and a lot of listeners. I would hate to see the internet bill. Next up, AT&T, T-Mobile. You remember the story. You heard about the merger. You heard about that it fell apart. And AT&T said they're going to keep trying until they can get it. Well, AT&T and T-Mobile decided to announce that they are going to postpone the merger for a more thorough evaluation, and they're going to look over it, see what they can do to fix something, and so that they can get the Fed's approval. Also, at the same time, Sprint and Seafire, who was also trying to take over T-Mobile, has also announced that they will be postponing the competition to obtaining T-Mobile. I don't think T-Mobile is really good for Sprint anyway, because if they would have to, both companies would have to either switch to CDMA or the other way, GSM. Also, Dish Network announces that a possible partnership if AT&T, T-Mobile, or C Spire ever falls through and doesn't work, that they will be partnering with T-Mobile to provide TV. Also, Xbox users, you've already seen it. Your opinions being heard, and we would like you to tell us. What do you think about the Xbox 360 update? Many of us has been updated to the new Metro-like style board, which is even further closer to the Windows Mobile system. It now features YouTube and Verizon Fios live streaming, and it's expected between the end of this month to the springtime of next year to also be joining their party is Comcast and HBO Go, which they will also be going live on the Xbox 360, so you customers are all in luck. And last but not least on this paper, Apple buys Anobit for $500 million. If you haven't noticed, Anobit is an Israel-based compact flash company. This is actually really rare for Apple because they don't really buy hardware companies. They usually buy software companies, except for the one time where they bought something that while Steve Jobs was in office. But Apple is now obtaining Anobit, and Anobit will now be part of Apple. And guess what's up next? That's right. I saved the best for last. It is the announcement of a giveaway. 2 lucky winners will be receiving a $20 gift card in January. That's good for those of you who are trying to recover from your shopping spree for December, who have outrageously negative balance credit cards? I don't know. But Techgeeks-United will be paying $20 to 2 people and a gift card, and they will be able to either buy gas, food, or pay $20 toward their gift cards. All you have to do is follow Techgeek564 on Twitter, post down below, or actually there will be a post in the forum section of geekunity.techgeeks-united.com. Please look for the forum cash giveaway. Gift card giveaway. It should be in there by the time you look at this. The deadline is going to be January 1st, and then a week later, I will be announcing the winner of the $20 gift card. Ooh. So, like I said, follow Techgeeks-United.com. You must be following Techgeeks-United.com. In the form, say what your Twitter name is, and you will be entered among how many other people watch this and join. So, have fun.